My beloved child, keep your eyes here because your protection has already begun the moment you arrived. The air around you is shifting like curtains before a storm that finally breaks. The power meant for you is returning with the force of thunder that cannot be ignored. Michael says, "She is trembling in fear, because if you open this message before it disappears, she will be destroyed and you will get back all the miracles she stole from you." These words are not a warning but a key you have just turned. A door has opened and the witch who shadowed your footsteps feels the ground crumble beneath her. You felt delays that made no sense and sudden cold silence where warmth oozed to live. You saw doors close at the last second as if a hidden hand pushed them shut. You are not imagining it because the hidden hand belonged to a jealous heart that fed on your light. The witch watched from corners where light does not easily reach. She studied your joy like a map and circled the places where you laughed the loudest. She pulled small threads hoping your life would unravel without anyone noticing. Every attempt she made was a seed of fear planted near your path. Those seeds grew thorns that pricked your confidence and left you thinking you were unlucky. Tonight those thorns turn to ash and the wind carries every grain away from your future. Archangel Michael says your name is written in a ring of fire she cannot cross. The ring tightens each time you choose courage over panic. The ring brightens each time you refuse to repeat the lies you were taught about your limits. You are being escorted out of the maze she built from gossip and broken promises. The walls of that maze look tall from inside but they are paper from above. Michael's wings slice through them and the maze collapses like wet ash. The witch counted the seconds you cried and celebrated when your plans stalled. She braided your worries into ropes and threw them over your shoulders to slow you down. Those ropes snap like dry twigs when truth steps into the room. Listen to the proof that your season has turned because the smallest details are changing. People who ignored you suddenly notice your voice as if a radio finally tuned in. Rooms that felt cold begin to greet you like homes you knew before you were born. She tried to cast shadows on your work so it would look ordinary. She tried to stain your reputation with whispers dressed as concern. She tried to bend your heart into fearing the sunrise that always belonged to you. The mirror she used to spy on you now reflects her own fear back at her. The candles she lit to confuse your mind gather and drown in their own wax. Her hands shake because the ground under stolen blessings never stays still for long. Your miracles are not small coins scattered on the floor because they are heavy gold doors. You touch them and the hinges melt with warmth like sunrise on frost. Behind each door stands the version of you who never stopped believing in quiet. The old delays were artificial fences made from rumor and doubt. These fences fall flat when truth walks through them like wind through silk. You will notice how simple steps suddenly feel like sliding across polished glass. Archangel Michael says the balance is paid in full for every tear. The interest has multiplied because time cannot swallow light forever. The repayment arrives as opportunities that will not ask you to beg for entry. You will see names appear that once acted blind to your soul. Friendly messages arrive like birds returning after a long winter. Agreements that wandered in circles now walk straight onto your open hands. Her tools lose power when you stop feeding them with attention. Her schemes dry up when you stop pouring your worry into them. Her mask falls when you stop pretending not to notice the pattern. The night she used as cover turns on her and shows every footprint. The shadows she trusted reveal the strings of her jealousy like wires in bright light. Even her laughter sounds hollow to her because truth is too loud tonight. Your breath is a signal and your calm is an alarm she cannot silence. Each calm exhale is a bell that summons help without noise. The help stands on either side of you like pillars that cannot be moved. The road in front of you straightens where it once curved without warning. The brakes you needed arrive exactly where your feet would have stumbled. The yes you were owed stands waiting at the exact door that once refused you. The witch counted on your exhaustion to make you surrender. Instead your spirit has set its jaw like a mountain that refuses the storm. You learned to stand in rain until lightning realized you're lightning too. Your home feels different because Michael has placed a sentinel at the threshold. This sentinel watches like a lighthouse whose beam never blinks. Nothing borrowed from darkness crosses that beam without dissolving into harmless dust. The habits that drained you begin to loosen their grip. The faces that felt heavy drift to the edges of your horizon. The routines that once trapped you now open like curtains to a stage that finally belongs to you. You reclaim your name from every mouth that twisted it. You reclaim your time from every obligation that disguised itself as love while stealing your strength. You reclaim your dream from every night that tried to convince you morning would never come. The witch tried to write the last line of your story with a trembling pen. The ink ran because your destiny refuses to be signed by any hand but your own. Tonight you pick up the pen and a page glows beneath it. You feel heat behind your shoulders like a sunrise that arrived early. That warmth is Michael standing with a drawn sword that never misses. The blade cuts only lies and lets truth breathe like a rescued bird. You carry a sound in your chest that only the brave recognize. It is the brass of victory wrapped in velvet calm. It says you survived the cold and now the season bends toward you. The witch believed you would stay small in rooms built with low ceilings. The ceilings lift and the walls step back like ocean water pulled by a mighty tide. Space opens and your future stretches its limbs like a giant waking kindly. Every stolen miracle circles back as if tied to you by silver thread. The thread hums as it pulls treasures from far corners you forgot you touched. The bundle lands softly in your lap and feels heavier than any grief you carried. People who were meant for you begin to arrive with open palms. Opportunities that carry your signature stop by as if they were simply late to the party. Support stands behind you in a line so long it curves out of sight. Your heart steadies and your steps become measured like drums leading a procession. Even silence belongs to you now because it is full of answers that require no effort. You travel lighter because nothing stolen can cling to a soul that has awakened. The witch fades like mist when noon reaches the valley. Her name falls from the mouths that used it as a weapon. Her memory becomes a lesson that blesses you with sharpened sight. You rise without apology and your presence recalibrates the room. The air brightens around your shoulders like cloth dusted with stars. The path in front of you glows like whetstone in pure sunlight. You are guided, protected, and escorted through every corridor where your promise waits. The doors know your touch and unbolt themselves before your knuckles lift. The halls whisper welcome and the floors sound like soft thunder under a champion's feet. Archangel Michael says your story proceeds without interruption and your light refuses delay. The next chapter begins with relief humming like music beneath your ribs. The audience for your destiny is already seated and every seat is filled with favor. The witch cannot steal from the one who now sees clearly. She cannot swallow time from a soul that finally drinks from its own river. She cannot hold power over a heart guarded by a sword made of mourning. Your home is sealed in peace and your work is sealed in momentum. Your relationships are sealed in truth and your name is sealed in honor. Your future is sealed in the warmth of a sun that refuses to set early on you. Walk forward and feel how the ground loves you again. Speak and watch how the air carries your words like lanterns that refuse to burn out. Rest and notice how even your sleep becomes a garden that grows solutions. You are unbound and the witch is undone, and the night returns to being only night. Your miracles are seated around your table waiting for your nod. Your spirit smiles like a king returning to a city that kept hope alive. This is your turning and it is final. This is your season and it is generous. This is your life stepping into the brightness that was always your inheritance. The wind outside your window knows your new name now. It moves differently when it reaches your walls because it is carrying a ceremony of return. It has been instructed to place what was taken back into your hands with calm precision. You will notice how your steps feel guided even on familiar floors. The ground seems to lean toward you as if it wants you to arrive sooner. This is how ease looks when it returns from exile. The witch tried to keep you living on the smallest version of your dream. She dimmed the edges so you would doubt what waited just beyond. Those edges are bright again and the horizon stretches like silk. Tonight the currents of protection stack around you like shields. Each layer hums with a low note you can almost hear. The hum is your safety moving as a living circle. She once fed on the attention that fear gave her. She once grew stronger in the echo of your worries. Now the echo has been replaced with a quiet that starves her influence. Your name is being rinsed of every stain thrown by envy. Your reputation begins to glow like stone polished by a river. People will feel it before they can explain it and they will treat you accordingly. You walk through a hallway of keys that swing gently on hooks of light. Each key knows the door it belongs to and each door knows your touch. You pick them up without forcing fate and locks agree to open. The atmosphere shifts when you speak with certainty. Your voice carries the scent of rain that promises mercy after heat. Hearts that fear the storm soften because your tone proves the storm is already passing. You are learning to move with a rhythm that answers the day. This rhythm will carry you across rooms where you once felt unwelcome. The floor remembers every time you almost turned back and celebrates that you did not. The witch tried to keep you busy with distractions that looked important. She filled your hours with fires that never needed your water. Those flames go out when you stop believing they are urgent. Your energy is now a kingdom with guarded gates. Only what honors your peace can enter and stay. Everything else waits outside and loses interest because silence gives it nothing to feed on. The rooms you enter will begin to mirror your steadiness. Machines behave. Doors cooperate, and timing feels precise. These are the small signs that invisible help is working openly. You will release objects that belong to a past version of you. They will feel heavier than they look because they were carrying stories that no longer fit. When they leave your space, the lightness will be immediate and honest. Old conversations will try to rehearse themselves, but they will not survive your clarity. You will not argue with the past because it has nothing new to teach you now. You answer with action and the past becomes a museum you visit rarely. Support gathers behind you like a queue that bends around the block. Some faces will surprise you because loyalty often hides in quiet hearts. Some faces will disappear because borrowed loyalty returns to its lender. Your sleep will deepen as if your bed learned a new language. Dreams will organize information into calm messages that stay with you after waking. You will rise with plans that feel like decisions already made. Your work will carry a shine that people can sense without touching. Offers will find you through old doors and new windows. Timing that once felt cruel will become beautifully precise. The witch believed she could interrupt the signal that carried your help. She believed darkness was unequal to light and demanded the same space. The signal proved to be stronger because it was born before every shadow. You now move as if escorted by a caravan of steady flames. Each flame remembers a time you kept going when it was hard to breathe. They follow you like loyal companions who never ask for applause. You will feel moments of sudden gratitude arrive without a clear reason. They are couriers delivering unnoticed victories to your chest. They remind your nervous system that it can finally rest while moving forward. Long-delayed approvals begin to surface with unexpected ease. The yes that took months will appear like a letter that was waiting beneath a pile. You will open it and feel the clock apologize for the delay. Conversations with the right people will feel like doors that open from both sides. There will be no performance and no shrinking. Only the clean exchange that happens when purpose recognizes purpose. You will discover new ideas that fit your hands like tools you were born to use. They will feel familiar because pieces of your future have always been hiding in you. The discovery is not new, but the permission is new and generous. Spaces that once exhausted you will become neutral or even kind. The corners that felt heavy will brighten as if a window was secretly installed. The air will carry your name with respect again. The witch used mirrored tricks to make you doubt your reflection. She wanted you to believe your strength was only a story. The mirror is now honest and your reflection looks back with steady eyes. Everything that made you shrink loses its voice in your presence. Everything that made you rush loses its leverage when you move slowly on purpose. Everything that made you apologize learns your silence and stays quiet. You reclaim rituals that ground you with gentle repetition. Opening a window becomes a declaration that terror belongs to you again. Lighting a simple candle becomes a reminder that warmth answers your call. Your calendar will begin to feel like a friend who understands pacing. Openings appear without guilt and work aligns with your real capacity. You will not negotiate your health to please someone who benefits from your exhaustion. The messages you receive will start arriving with crisp alignment. Invitations that resonate will carry ease, and you will know. The ones that do not will feel gray, and you will let them pass without loss. You will not chase validation because validation prefers to walk alongside the one who is already moving. Your steps will prove your value louder than any announcement. The results will speak in a voice that never begs. Your body will start telling the truth more quickly and kindly. It will ask for water and rest before the alarm becomes a siren. You will listen because you finally trust that urgency is not your identity. Your heart will return to its rightful size inside your chest. It will no longer try to shrink itself to fit small rooms. It will expand and teach the room how to treat you. The witch once collected pieces of your hope to weave a net of delay. The net has torn and the pieces have flown back glowing. Hope arrives whole and it lands like a bird that remembers your shoulder. New allies will appear carrying skills that complete your circle. They will not compete with your light because they brought their own. Together your work will feel like braided rope that can lift weight with ease. You are about to experience the joy of plans that do not need saving. They will unfold with the confidence of a well-rehearsed orchestra. You will conduct quietly and feel the music obey. Your living space will slowly rearrange itself to honor your focus. Drawers will close easier. Lost items will present themselves, and clutter will thin. This is not magic tricks because it is order returning to its rightful seat. The day will sometimes greet you with softness that feels undeserved. Accept it because softness is a teacher that trusts you now. You do not need to audition for mercy when mercy already chose you. Financial doors will respond to your new steadiness. Ideas that turn will meet systems that keep and grow. Your generosity will become wiser because it is guided by clarity rather than guilt. You will learn to celebrate without fear that celebration invites loss. Joy will no longer feel like a signal for something to go wrong. Joy will be allowed to keep its shoes on and stay. People who used to watch you with narrowed eyes will look away. They will find other stages because your stage has changed frequency. The room they used to rent in your head is emptied and locked. The witch retreats into the smallness that created her. She dissolves into the old choices that no longer exist for you. Her absence will feel like a silence that finally means peace. Your future is now a corridor lined with quiet confirmations. At each step you receive that subtle nod that says continue. The nod comes from the story that knows how it tense and smiles as you approach. There will be moments when a familiar heaviness tries to return. It will not stay because your boundaries are no longer made of apologies. They are made of decisions that do not require explanation. You will master the art of leaving without noise when peace leaves first. You will master the art of entering with reverence when peace is present. You will master the art of staying where you are respected without trauma. Your creativity will spill into places you once avoided. Colors will choose you. Phrases will arrive complete, and concepts will settle quickly. Completion will become a natural habit rather than a rare event. The space between your intention and manifestation will shorten. Delays will happen only when protection is arranging a better route. You will recognize the difference and feel grateful rather than anxious. You will look back at this season and see a bright seam through the dark cloth. The seam will be the proof that you were held even when you felt alone. It will also be the path you now follow with confident steps. Your relationships will purify without a war. Love will grow where truth is welcome and leave where control is demanded. You will bless and release without carrying souvenirs of pain. You will forgive yourself for times you stayed too long at cold tables. You will forgive the rooms that did not know how to feed you. You will forgive the voice that learned to whisper survival and now chooses to sing. From this night forward your mornings will remember to be kind. You will wake with the spine that feels taller and a heart that feels seasoned. The day will greet you like an ally who studied your language. Opportunities will show up with instructions that fit your hands. The work will feel like building with blocks that lock perfectly. Effort will still exist but struggle will no longer be the currency. You will notice that your laughter returns with a richer tone. It will carry the resonance of someone who knows they are safe. It will fill rooms without asking for permission and heal ears that hear it. Your story is no longer written by fear disguised as urgency. It is written by wisdom disguised as calm. Calm is not a pause because calm is acceleration with no waste. The witch has become a past event rather than a present threat. She is a closed chapter that still taught you craft and sight. You exit that chapter carrying tools and leaving the ashes behind. You are allowed to prosper without apologizing for the light you carry. You are allowed to be seen without shrinking your edges. You are allowed to win without turning victory into a secret. Your path is lined with watches that keep perfect time. They synchronize to the beat of your courage rather than the chaos of distraction. Every tick says you are exactly where you should be. You are no longer waiting for rescue from outside. Rescue lives in your decisions and they are now beautifully consistent. You meet help halfway and together you move cleanly. The horizon that once felt far will walk toward you. It will close the distance like a friend running with open arms. When you meet, the sky itself will feel closer to your skin. Your name tastes like sweetness again when spoken in your mouth. It no longer carries the aftertaste of old accusations. It carries the crisp honesty of a life that is aligned. The season ahead will open pockets of delight you did not schedule. Small surprises will land like feathers that refuse to blow away. They will collect until you realize they have formed wings. Your courage has matured into a quiet authority that rooms respect. You will not need to announce it for it to be recognized. You will simply stand and the air will stand with you. This is the life that was always approaching when you were learning patience. This is the chapter that rewards seeds planted in tears. This is the moment your miracles stopped circling and finally take their seats. Walk forward knowing the path is lit by the victories you have already survived. Walk forward knowing the doors will not wait for you to knock before they open. Walk forward knowing that the witch is not allowed to follow.